Hello, hi everyone. This is Tripura, and I'm your instructor for the Playwright session. Guys, can you please go on mute? Thank you. So let's wait for a couple of more minutes before we begin the session today. Thank you. Hello, guys. So before we begin, do we have any volunteers? Whom do you want to introduce yourself before I begin the session today?
Yeah. Hi,
Hello.
Tripura. I'm Anlakshmi. So currently, I'm working as a
Mhm.
Python automation tester
All
at
right. Awesome.
HCL. I am aware of Selenium, but in my
Mhm.
current project, we are planning to start using Playwright. So that's the reason, I'm looking for this session actually.
Awesome.
So
Awesome. So you already
yeah.
have the basics of the Python, including the PyTest framework?
PyTest, I have never used, but
Okay.
little bit of basics I'm aware. But
Okay. Mm.
yeah, so
So do you
Python with
know how
Selenium.
to handle the locators like XPaths
Yeah,
and CSS?
yes,
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah.
Cool.
So
Thank you.
yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other volunteers? So in the meantime, let me start sharing my screen. And okay, so let me start introducing myself, guys. So as I explained earlier, this is Tripura, and let me give you a brief. So yes. So current coming to my professional background. So let me first explain you about my professional background so that you will get some idea about who I am in general with regards to the technical skills. Well, I started my career as a manual tester, and later on, I upgraded myself in using multiple automation skills. So initially, I started with Selenium using the Playwright, Selenium using the Python, using the robot framework, and later I moved towards the Selenium using the Java, TestNG, Maven. And after that, I worked with the mobile automation tools using the Appium robot framework and again using the Python. And later, I worked with the Cypress using JavaScript. And then I did both API, mobile, and also the UI automation as well. And after that, I moved towards the Playwright using the JavaScript and then the Python. Currently, I'm with Codesub.js using the Playwright helpers. Okay, so these are the automation tools I have worked on so far in across the multiple projects, and I have given trainings. I've started giving training since the last 1 year, and I did both one-on-one and the batch trainings, weekend batches, and also the daily sessions as well. All right, and the frameworks which I have used over my current projects are Page Object Model, BDD, and facilitated the CI/CD using the GitHub Actions, Jenkins, and GitLabs. And coming to the DevOps tools, we use both GitHub, GitLab, and Docker in my earlier projects. Okay, and currently I'm a software architect. Okay, guys. So this is a brief professional background about myself, and we'll get to know each other in the coming sessions as well. So I have a quick question for you. In the group, how many of you came from the um and not from the manual testing background also? Like who doesn't know about the testing at all? You can just raise your hands. I'm fine with that. Okay. Shivam, you don't. Okay. So not the testing background. You are from which background?
I am from finance background.
Okay, so you have never done the manual testing as well?
No.
Okay, okay, okay. So sure. Awesome, guys. You can down your hands now. So who are coming from the manual testing background? Like doesn't have any idea about the automation before. Awesome. Any others? Cool, guys. So no problem. So guys, whoever has not worked with the automation before, you are in a safe space because we will be starting from the basics of the Python till the CI/CD and the API automation as well, including the DB automation too. So we are in a safe zone. And later on, I just wanted to know who has worked on at least one of the automation tools and know how to work with the locators. Any automation tool. I'm not asking about the Playwright, just any automation tool. Cool. So what are the automation tools have you worked on earlier?
Uh, Hello, Tripura.
Hello.
Actually, I work on the Java automation with Java Selenium.
Okay. Awesome.
So
So
I did one project also for the
complete
writing
project like you, what is the framework you have worked on?
test ng, and also I have a knowledge of the BDD, how to create a BDD and all this. But I'm not
Feature
work
file
on
step
the
definitions.
feature file definition and all.
Mhm.
But I'm not work on the BDD framework. But
Mhm.
Selenium, test ng in Java I work.
Okay. So you
So
scripted the test cases, like you identified the locators using XPaths and
yes,
all?
yes.
Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. Then you have a good
Now,
foundation.
yes, and now I want to learn Python automation also.
Yes. Yes.
So my first one doubt,
Mm.
after Python, can I write the using the Python plus Selenium, right? We can, right?
Mhm. Yeah,
We
yeah.
can.
Selenium also supports all the languages like Java, JavaScript, and also Python. So you can use Python for Selenium automation as well.
Okay.
Okay. So the methods which we are using for the Python will be a bit different from the Selenium. So you just have to know what are the methods we have in the Selenium so you can use it.
Mhm.
So the same framework which I'm explaining in the class, you can use the same framework for your Selenium as well, but with different methods. That's it.
Okay. Thank you.
And others, I believe most of you are from the Selenium background. Any other tools you worked on apart from Selenium?
I was working on a robot framework, basically on API testing.
Mhm.
So we build with Python, and
Okay,
I
cool.
mostly worked in robot, but for UI automation, I never worked. Besides,
Mhm.
I know I worked for a very small amount of time, but later
Mhm.
on my project was changed.
Mhm.
So right now, like the one question I have, like
Mhm.
usually these days, like Python, Playwright is mostly used in JavaScript, or you can
Mhm.
say PyTest, like Python.
Python. Which one is more trending, you meant? JavaScript or
Ye-
Python?
Yes,
Correct.
yes.
So it depends on the project actually. So many of the projects are using both, like out of 100%, we have close to 55 to 60% using JavaScript or the TypeScript current market. Then the 40% is with the Python and very minute with the Java. Okay, we do have Java also for the Playwright, but there that is
Mm-hmm.
very minute. Whereas if you understand with the trend forwarding, most of the projects we need mobile automation. Correct? We do also
Mm-hmm.
want to have mobile automation techniques. What is happening is that if you try to use a JavaScript, doing a mobile automation with that will be a bit difficult. If you have
Mm-hmm.
a Python and you have included your Python with the Playwright and do the UI and the API testing with the same Python, including with the Appium and with the robot framework, it is very easy to work with the mobile automation using the source labs.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, good to know. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you,
So
thank
in
you
order
for
to
that.
have that everything concluded in a one
Mm-hmm.
place, we will in future with the AI growing, because as we know, AI is booming at the moment and it will continue to boom. So most of the projects, there is a most tendency of moving towards the Python. Currently, the
Yes,
market is
yes,
high.
yes.
I'm not saying it is low. It is high, but it does have the the chances of increasing it more in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, perfect analysis actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why like I was not joined the
Mhm.
you can say JavaScript or TypeScript.
Mhm.
So I chose in, Python about that because I'm comfortable in Python more. So
Yeah, it is a safe space, and many of my earlier batches students were also using the Python in their projects, and even Anna Lakshmi, she's also using the Python in their projects now, right? For the Playwright.
Yeah.
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 So we do have a market for that too.
okay.
Yes, guys. So moving on to my next question, who already aware of Playwright? No one. So it's okay. Awesome. Good to know. So now yeah, sorry. Was there a question?
Yeah, this is Ravi. So already I have experience in Playwright type typing for around the 3 years.
Okay. Okay, then it would be a very easy, it would be a cakewalk for you because, yeah, there's some tweaks from the Playwright using TypeScript or JavaScript and with the Python. So just try to correlate it so that during the interview, when they ask you about the differences, then it will be very good.
That too. Yeah,
Your voice is actually very low. It's hard to understand.
now it's okay, right?
Yeah.
I'm
Sure.
close to mic, like I'm speaking.
Okay. I'll try to understand. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, the two, which are all the topics we are going to explain,
I'll
in
cover it. I'll
training.
cover it. I'll show the
Okay.
curriculum in a bit.
Mhm.
So let me also fetch that really quick.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, guys. So now let me start sharing my screen. This mine. Yeah, perfect. All right. So thanks for the quick intro and for speaking up because I want my sessions to be so interactive so that if you have any doubt, you will be free to question it. And if I know the answer very well, I'll be able to explain it. So I would want the sessions, whatever we are taking, to be so interactive. And it is a really safe space. Even any minute doubt, even the people who are not from the testing background also, if you want any manual question, if you have any manual questions also, you can ask that during the class so that either me or the team members who are aware of that particular topic, they will be able to answer you. All right. So now, what is the objective? So what are we going to understand as part of this demo session is why do we need an automation and why do we need a playwright? I mean, in the market, as I explained earlier, there are like many tools. Like we do have Selenium, UFT, Protractor, Cypress, and many tools out there. So then why are we choosing the playwright and why it is booming in the market? We will understand that and why Python and what are the corporate career opportunities we can get and what are the roles you can apply to after completion of the course and what are the salary ranges you can expect with the tools we have. We'll discuss about it in details and along with that the course structure. So quick question, guys, why do you think we need an automation? Because anyway we have a manual testing, anyway a person is doing the manual job, like manually we are testing it, then what is the need of an automation in the projects?
To eliminate manual errors or
Correct. Human are prone to make errors.
if
And
there are repetitive tasks, then we can automate them to save a time.
Correct.
In result, to lower the project cost. Yeah.
Yes, correct. Awesome. And any complex scenarios, if you have it, if you automate it, it would be the automation will do the job properly instead of us doing it. So basically, guys, recent scenarios is like everyone are moving to the agile methodology. So what is an agile methodology means? For every 2 or 3 weeks or after every sprint, they are expecting the code to go live to the production. So if we have to go live, then we need to do the regression testing very often. So for the human to do that, it will be very tiring process for each and every sprint. If we have to do the release, it takes a day. If it is a shorter requirements, then it takes at least a day or a two in order to do the complete testing. And for each and every sprint, we are supposed to do it. So in general, what happens if we are taking 1 or 2 days in order to do the testing, then the finding the bugs after it takes time in order to find the bugs and the developer to fix it, and again doing the retesting. Everything again will be a time taking process, so that the release may get delayed. So in order to make the process quicker, we are using the automation. Point number one. Why? Because if the human takes 2 days to do the entire testing, the automation will do it hardly in an hour or a two. That's it. Or we can execute it during the nights, so that in the morning we can see the result. And as soon as we can see the report in that how many test cases got passed, how many got failed, and why it got failed, whether it is a bug or not, we can judge it quickly, so that the developers can take up the task quickly and they can fix it quickly, and we will be able to do the retesting again by using the automation, so that the process will be much more smoother. So the faster execution. And after that, as we already heard the point, humans are prone to make the errors. So that's the reason why we have an automation with the improved accuracy. So which will in fact improve the accuracy of the testing. And along with that, let's suppose you have 50 regression test cases which you need to test for a release. Then those 50 test cases, your requirement is to do the testing in Windows and also the Mac and the Linux. Okay, you have 3 OS where you want to do the testing. Then if you have to do it, it will take minimum to minimum 4 days for us to do the testing. If you use the automation, you can reuse the same test cases to work across the different browsers. Whatever browsers you want to test, you can do it simultaneously, and also in the different OSs simultaneously. So it will hardly take a day in order to do the entire testing with the improved accuracy again. Correct? So which means it is decreasing the efforts from our end. So we can concentrate that time for the regular testing job, like our requirements and all, if we have any to complete the testing, so that the automation will take care of the regression part. And later on, better coverages, because we can completely write whatever the code we want to, including the edge cases and all. After, for the testing, we can also use a CI/CD. So basically, guys, what is a CI/CD meaning? It is a continuous integration, continuous development. Instead of us each time executing the test cases in our local machine, in our local laptop, we can also execute them inside the cloud. So who facilitates that? CI/CD will be able to facilitate that. And what are the supporting engines? GitHub Actions, GitLab, and we do have a Docker, and we do have a Jenkins as well. So these are the supporting engines. You can use any one of them. And currently GitHub Actions are booming. Okay, so why it is booming also, we'll understand it shortly. And what is the CI/CD? In detail also, we will be seeing that in our coming sessions. And since the release is quicker and the manual intervention is a bit less, so it will be a cost efficient to the project. So that's the reason why projects are moving towards the using of the automation. So since the release is fast, the productivity increases, and it is scalable because you can work with in different OSs, and the consistency, meaning the same test cases you can execute multiple times. So because of these advantages, the automation is booming in the market. So you can tell the same thing in the interview if someone asks you, why are you introducing the automation into your project? If you are in a position asked by the interviewer, like, why do we need an automation? You can tell them all these things, so that they will come to an impression that you know a basic proper understanding of the automation, and you are fit for the project. All right. Now, so why is the demand of the automation testers are increasing? Because we need a person who will be able to automate the test cases because of those advantages. And along with that, most of the companies are moving towards the automation testing, and the automation testers are no longer expecting to only write the automation code. They are expecting to also work with the CI/CD pipelines. We need a single person because of the AI. increasing the AI, we are expecting the same person to work on the writing the automation test cases, and along with that, the CI/CD implementation as well. Okay, and your responsibility is not only to do the UI automation, you're also expected to do the API as well. I mean, whatever the requirement it is, you are expected to do it. All right. And yes. So what is an SDET means? Software developer in test. They are expected to do the coding as in the automation code and API testing, framework design, GitHub and CI/CD, so that it will be an end-to-end automation. You know, they should be able to do the end-to-end automation things. All right. So these are the reasons why the automation demand is increasing in the market. So what are the automation testers should know multiple things, not only writing the code and doing the UI part. You should know API automation, and along with that, you should be able to build the CI/CD pipelines as well. Okay, in order to land into a proper job or in order for an interviewer to pick you more. So that is a brief about the automation test. So any question you have so far?
Hi Tripura, this is Kiran. Can you
Hello.
explain more on the framework part?
We
I know
will
that
see it. Yeah, we will see it. I'm here to discuss about the curriculum. So there I'll mention about the framework, what we are going to choose.
Hey Tripura, this is Ramesh. I have a question. So I completed Selenium with Python. So I just want to know why I should choose Playwright over Selenium.
Yeah. So the coming slide is about it. So why the Playwright over Selenium? Because when you are dealing with the Selenium using the Python, were you able to do the API testing?
Yes, I was able to, yes.
API was done by Python, not by the Selenium. Correct. Using the Python libraries, you did the API testing, not with the Selenium, correct?
That's correct.
But the Playwright now will be able to do the API testing without the help of Python. Okay, so earlier guys, with the Selenium was able to do only the UI job. It was not able to do the API automation. So that's the reason why if you are using Selenium using the Java, then using the Java, we used to do the API automation. You know, that would look a bit complex because of rest assured and their syntaxes. Now, if you take the Selenium with the Python, then again, with the help of the Python libraries, we did the API automation. But with the Playwright, you don't have to use separately with the help of a language. Playwright itself has API automation, one thing. And the other thing is that the speed. Selenium works under the concept of driver. So first you need to grab the drivers, you need to install the drivers, and then you need to call the browsers, whatever you want to work on. And then from the Selenium, the architecture of the Selenium is that Selenium code will will be converted in the form of the JSON keys, and then from the WebDriver, the JSON keys, and then it works on the browser. But the Playwright directly works on the browser. So the Playwright will be very fast, and even the setup will be very easy, even for the beginners who have zero knowledge on the automation. Setting up the Playwright will be very easy. You don't have to download anything explicitly, just by few commands. You can complete the installation of the Playwright. All right. And along with that, you can do the parallel execution very easily, and auto wait mechanisms also we have it. So what is an auto wait mechanism is that before throwing an error, Playwright will wait for 30 seconds before throwing it. So let's assume we launch the Facebook application, and for us to click on the submit button, our requirement is to enter the username. If we automate that using the Selenium, it would not wait until the username is visible. If the username is taking a bit of a time, it will throw us an error saying that the element is not visible. But the Playwright, it will wait for 30 seconds. It will give the buffer of 30 seconds till it throw the error. Even if in that 30 seconds, if the username is not visible, then it used to throw us an error. Okay, so we have that auto wait mechanism, and we can also do the network mocking. So what is a network mocking? If you are in India and your requirement is to test an Amazon website how it works in the America region. You can also do that using the Playwright. The entire automation also you can build it. Say, I mean, the execution happens from your local only, but you can update the geographical locations of your browser using the automation. And now your requirement is to test the Amazon website in India, you can do it. No, now you want to complete the entire automation testing on the Amazon browser, but in the Europe geography, you can also do that by staying in India. So likewise, you can update the geographical locations as well. And Playwright doesn't uses the browsers which you have installed. It takes its own binary browsers. So that's the reason why you can update the geographical location, and even the WebKit. Safari also you can test it by having the Windows machine. Okay. So parallel everything. So the very major thing why the Playwright is being boomed because of the API integration facility and auto wait mechanism and the parallel execution, and the setup is very simple. It will be very easy to use as well. All the methods and everything. Okay. So these are the advantages we have with the Playwright. So that's the reason why it is booming in the market at the moment. Even the debugging is very quick.
Thank you. That explains.
Yeah, thank you. And we do have few more, but the folks who are not aware of the Selenium, they may get a bit confused. So I parked it. If you want, we can again we can connect and speak about it in detail. And now, why Python? As I explained in the beginning, most of the projects are moving to the AI. It means most of the projects, they need a unified language to be used across the entire project. So there are the higher chances of picking the Python even for the Playwright automation, because it has the ability to work with the APM and the mobile automation suite using the source labs. So the integration with the mobile automation is also very simple with the Playwright. Playwright doesn't support the mobile automation, guys. Playwright doesn't do the mobile automation, but it will help the APM libraries to work for the mobile automation with the Python language. Okay, so that's the reason why Python will also have the proper share of the market range. All right. And along with that, Python comes with multiple libraries. So we can do even the database testing also. Database testing, again, the Playwright doesn't handle the database testing. Playwright can do UI and API testing. It cannot handle mobile and also the database testing. But how you can do a database testing using a Python libraries, which we will also be seeing in the future classes, and browser automation, web automation techniques, all these with the Python, it will be very simple. And Python comes up with its own framework called PyTest, which we will be using for our Playwright as well. Okay. Now, coming to the course content. So instead of my slide, I'm going towards the course which the team has given to you. I hope you guys have gone through it. So let me... Yeah, here is the syllabus. So I will treat each one of you as a fresher, guys. I mean, with regards to the testing part, automation testing. So I will start from the Python basics, and please ignore the dates. Okay, this is weekend batch. So yes, you can have it. So please ignore the dates. So we are going to cover all these topics and we will see one after the other. And first, I will start with the Python. I'm not explaining you as a developer concept, okay? We are seeing the Python in the standpoint of an automation tester and in the standpoint of the interview. So I will focus mostly from the interview standpoint, and also with regards to our automation testing, whatever the concept we need for the automation testing and whatever the concepts more expected during our interviews as well. Okay, so that is what we are going to understand first. We are starting with the Python, and later we will understand the basics of the Playwright. I mean, what are the methods we have in the Playwright? How do we open a browser? How do we work on the browser? Every method, whatever we have inside the Playwright, we will have a detailed understanding about it. Okay. and how do we interact with the elements, what are the locators, selectors, assertions, error handling. We will be validating each one among them, and we will be seeing everything in detail. So once you're comfortable with the Python and then with the Playwright, we will be using a PyTest as a base framework on the and constructing a page object model. The framework which we are using is PyTest, and the model we are going to build is page object model, and the application which I am choosing is Amazon.in. Why Amazon? Because the elements of the Amazon will be a bit tricky to handle. So if you know how to handle the Amazon website, which is an e-commerce website, it will become a greater practice for you, and your project will seem a bit easier to handle if you are able to do the Amazon website automation. Okay, so the framework, again I'm stressing guys, which we are going to use is PyTest, and the model is page object model, and then the application which we are going to use is Amazon.in. Okay, so we are going to build the model, and once the model building is done, for the UI automation, we are going to facilitate that we will push the code into the GitHub, and then the CI/CD pipeline, we are going to use GitHub Actions. Okay, so entire pipeline, how do we build it and how do we execute that nightly jobs? With regards to the CI/CD pipeline, we will be working on how to build a pipeline, how do we share the report across the team, and how do we raise a bug, and how do we identify a bug using the report, how do we understand the bug, and how do we get the screenshots. Everything we will be seeing it during the coming sessions. And for the data integration, we are using JSON file, CSV, and parameterized technique, which we have inside our PyTest. And along with that, we are also going to see the Excel sheets as well, and command.env files, command line execution too. So these are the data-driven techniques which we are going to work on. And we will be also seeing the reporting techniques like Allure and HTML. And once you're comfortable with the UI till the CI/CD, then we will be proceeding forward towards the API testing. First, I'll explain you about how to work on the API testing manually, just in a higher level, not in a deeper level, the manual part. And once you got some basic idea, we will be going into deeper about the automation API testing. How do we automate the API testing using the Playwright? After that, how do we do the mobile responsive testing, mobile emulations, and how do we, as I explained earlier, how do we change the network geographical locations? Okay, and how do we do the cloud testing like Lambda test or a browser stack? How do we execute our test cases inside the cloud? We can also execute it using a CI/CD pipeline in the cloud, or else you can also manually execute it in the Lambda test as well, as a cloud-based testing. And database testing, as I explained earlier. Visual regression, we will be doing it. And throughout the session, guys, I will help you understand how to use the AI also. Okay, for the AI means nothing but how do we give the prompt to our Visual Studio Code so that the AI can generate the proper code for us. For that, I am going to use MCP servers, Playwright MCP servers. Okay, so we are going to build the frameworks, and we are going to write the test cases alongside. First, we'll understand it manually, how we do it. And alongside that, how do we work with using the AI techniques as well. All right. Because in the market, not only in the market, in the projects also, they're closely monitoring whether you are using an AI for your automation or not. Okay. So we will see it, how to use the AI, and we will keep on working on that. After that, a bonus session, I will explain you how to, just a bonus one. It is not, we are not designing the entire framework with the BDD, but a bonus topic wherein which I'll explain high levelly how the BDD works and how to write your test cases in a BDD in a single session. And I'll also provide you a framework so that if in the given project, if they're expecting the BDD framework, BDD model, then you can directly use that for your automation purpose. Okay, so by the end of the session, you will have both the frameworks ready, both the models ready, one page object model and the BDD. And these two models, we are using the PyTest as a base framework. Okay. And we are going to see UI automation, API automation, and also the DB automation. Okay, I think I missed to explain that. We are also going to see the DB automation, but DB again, it is not part of the Playwright. It is part of Python. How to automate the DB test cases using the Python also, we will be seeing it. Yes, guys. So any questions so far on the curriculum?
Just a small request, like, is it possible to cover a robot framework also, like
Oh, no,
for
robot
some
framework
time? Is it
again.
possible?
Yeah, in this structure, it would not be possible because again, if I have to explain a robot framework, it would take close to 5 to 6 sessions more.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah, because we are covering mostly everything, almost everything, right? So again, with the robot framework, it would take few more efforts. So I won't think it would be possible in this course.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, but if you want, maybe I can provide you a sample project so that you can use it in your application if you want to have it.
Sure, maybe that helps me.
Yeah. So you
Thank
can
you.
take that as an example for your exploring, or if you want some basic understanding about it, we can see it.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Hey, hi, this is Mahi.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. I don't have any idea about the Python, so the course will,
Yeah. The
you know,
starting, we are going from the zero. Everything we are going from the zero with regards to the automation. So if you don't have any idea about any programming language, not only the Python, even with the Java also, if you don't have any programming knowledge also, it's fine. We are going to see from zero.
okay, that's great.
Yeah. But I'll keep on give the assignment, guys. So I would expect you guys to work on the assignment so that it will be helpful for you only when I'm explaining towards the next topics.
Sure. You'll be giving the notes to us, right?
Yes. You will have the notes and you will have the assignments, and after the completion of the Python, you will also get the sample kind of interview questions which you may get in the interview.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi Tripura, Kiran here. Would you provide these recordings of all the sessions?
Yeah, yes. So basically, the admin team will work on it. They will upload the recordings in a day-to-day basis in the YouTube. So which will be a private recording. So they'll share it with you on a day-to-day basis after each and every class.
And how long would it be available?
Lifetime access.
Okay, thanks.
The course duration, may I know, like,
It would be for 30 hours. So, so per week, but the demo sessions till the demo sessions gets completed, we will be having only a 1 hour per day. I mean Saturday and Sunday till the demo sessions gets completed. So once we are deep diving into the regular classes, it would be 2 hours. So we can extend to 2 to 2.5 hours per day. So yeah, so it would take, I think, closely 1.5 to 2 months to complete it.
okay.
And this is
Also,
only
one
on weekend.
Yeah, this batch is on weekend.
Okay.
Is there any
also
plan for
about the
the weekday classes for the same?
Yeah, actually it is almost, I think, started. It's been a while now. So you can check with the admin team for more details about the weekdays batches. So currently I don't think we have any because it's been already a while, a month now since I started the weekdays. But yeah, if we have any other batch, they'll update you.
also the timing will be the same, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So this weekend only will be doing a demo session, right?
Yeah, right. Today and tomorrow, mostly I think it will be demo. So next week onwards, we may start the regular sessions.
And we'll be using the same meeting URL to log in
They will share the
tomorrow.
meeting tomorrow. They
So
will share it. I think mostly it would be the same one, but if there is
okay.
any change of plan, they will update the same in the group.
So every session they will send a meeting invite, or
It's not for the every session actually. There will be 2 meetings. So one for the demos and the next one for the paid sessions. The link changes for the paid. Okay.
Hi Tripura, Anmol this side.
Yeah.
So I have been into manual testing like for like 4 to 5 years, and like looking through the content. It like would I be able to grasp all these contents? Like
You
will
will
it
be
not
able
be
to.
like too
Why?
much for me?
Because
So
yeah, I understood. So we will be going step after the step only, okay? But we want you to practice more. So that's the reason why I'm also providing the assignment so that the practice will be ultimately the practice and everything is in your hands. So you need to do it. Well, we Python is a very simple one to handle out of all the programming languages. If you take Java, there are like multiple syntaxes, and even the JavaScript, there are like certain restrictions of having a package or JSON and all. But with the Python, it is very simple to use. For the beginners, Python will be very easy to understand and also to handle. Okay, over the last batches, we have many people who have zero understanding about the coding and they were able to complete the framework as well. But you need to do some hard work from your end as well. Okay, but we will be doing step after the step in a detailed pattern.
Sure. And like if time permits, can you tell me what, like I have no knowledge about this. So like what is a framework? Like when you talk like Python, I understand it's a language. But what do you mean? Like you have so many things like Selenium is there, Playwright is there. So what are these different things?
Okay. So basically, in order to do the browser automation, we have multiple tools. Okay. So let me fetch the framework. So which one? Python. Python. PGD. 19th Jan. I think this is the one. Okay. So let me give you an introduction. So we do have multiple things to do in the manual part, right? So one thing we need to do the UI testing and one thing we need to do the API and the DB testings. So our basic Python or the Java, they can only do the coding, but they cannot work on the real-time browsers. Because for us to do the UI testing, we need to open the browser, we need to launch our application. And I mean, if our application is Facebook, then we need to open the Facebook on a browser and then you need to give the username, password and click on submit button. Everything you need to do on browser. But for that to work on a browsers, the coding language, they would not be able to do it in a in a proper way. So that's the reason why the market has came up with multiple automation tools. Example, Selenium, Playwright, Cypress, UFT, Protractor, and there are many tools out there in the market. Why we needed these tools? Because these tools successfully will be able to work on the real-time browsers. So they will be able to open a browser, they will be able to launch the application called Facebook, they will be able to type username, password and click on submit. Whatever we do, these automation also will be able to do it. Okay. So how the automation we are getting in the form of methods. I mean, they have the code, the developer has the code. Using that code, we will be writing our own code. So how we are writing is a framework. Let's say you have 100 test cases. So where you are putting all your test cases is a framework. Example, if you go to a grocery market, what do we do? If we have all the vegetables, tomatoes and chilies, everything are properly segregated in their own respective places, correct? So how we are segregating them is a framework. That's it. Okay.
Yeah, like got some clarity, but I think still
You
I'll
will see it
be
more
needing more. Yeah.
during the automation. Yeah, no problem. So
And
let me
one
open
more
the
thing,
base
like
framework.
if we learn any one of these, like you're taking currently Playwright, so
Playwright.
maybe the syntax and all could be different, but I think if you learn any one of these, then you'll be able to understand the how Selenium also works. Is it?
Yes. It's like, preparing a curry. So if you know how to do for one, the ingredients maybe look a bit different, but the process would be almost same.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. So let me open this folder. So this is a PyTest framework and page object model. So I would just give a high level brief, and guys, please don't get afraid of it. We are going to see everything again in our sessions as well. So this is for the UI. So inside the UI for each and every test cases. Okay. We are just segregating it for the login page and for the results page and for the shopping cart page. Segregating the test cases according to their pages. It's nothing but the page object model. So we will see it in detail during our session, and this is the high level framework which we are going to use. This is how we are going to build in our sessions. Okay.
Actually, I'm into the OTT apps testing domain. So, so will this be helpful for that? I mean, in that
Yeah,
also we validate the
anything.
UI and what happens when you click on any CTA. So all those things are involved in it. So this will
Yeah.
be helpful in that.
Yes, yes, it will be. Basically, the process will almost be same for any application. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So Tripura, you mentioned with Playwright we can't do mobile testing.
Direct mobile, it is not possible, but it does the mobile emulation. So what is a mobile emulations are? Let me go to the Amazon. Right click, inspect. So here, if I click on this particular icon, okay. So you have your mobile, you have your application and you open it in the browser. So let's say you want to check how your application is working. How does the UI looks for the Samsung Galaxy? What you can do, you just click on it and you can find out whatever the mobile devices you want to see on. Okay, this testing the Playwright can do to check how the UI should be with multiple devices. This one the Playwright can do, but it doesn't work on the real-time mobile automation. We need APM for that again. Clear?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
iPhone Pro, iPad Pro, Samsung Galaxy. So these things it can do in the tab.
So do we cover this as part
Yeah.
of the curriculum or the?
Yes, yes, yes. It is also included. Whatever the things we have with the Playwright, we are going to cover it. So this, I guess it is in the form of mobile emulation and responsive testing. So this is the one.
So we are covering APM as well.
No, no, no. We are not going to cover the APM. APM is altogether a complete tool like Playwright.
Okay.
Sorry? Your voice is breaking for me. All right. So any other questions, guys? So since
Hi,
tomorrow,
Tripura.
yeah.
Hello. Tripura, just wanted to check one thing. Is this like Playwright automation tool is applicable for CRM 365 Microsoft 365 as well? Or
It
the
depends.
Power
So
Pages?
is it a desktop one or it is we can also operate it through UI? Because desktop applications, even the
Those are
Playwright
web
doesn't handle.
applications. Those are web applications.
You can use it. You can use it.
Right. I mean, do you have any sample project or have you worked on those Power Pages to automate?
Sample, I don't have it, but we can work on it. It would be very simple. It is nothing but a UI, right?
Yeah. All right.
Hi, Tripura.
Hello.
Like Playwright will support only modern web application, right? So it will not affect
Not
older
only
applications.
modern web application, it also supports everything. But it should be web.
Okay.
So not desktop. Like Selenium, it doesn't also handle desktop application.
Hello, Tripura.
Now,
I had a question in chat on API. Will
Okay.
it cover both REST and SOAP or just REST services?
We are going to cover only the rest one. I mean,
REST.
it is
Okay.
nothing but, yeah, the endpoint will grab the endpoint and we will be getting the data, the response only, correct? In both the scenarios. So the playwright does the same job. So no matter whether the backend it is a REST or a SOAP one. So if for me to help you understand about the manual flow, I'll be using a Postman using a normal REST APIs.
Okay. And
Mhm.
from AI standpoint, what are you covering? I couldn't see. Or will you send this detailed curriculum to our WhatsApp or email?
Yeah, sure. Here it is. Can you try grabbing this from here?
Meaning, I see
Yeah.
only 3 or 4 days. Oh, okay. So you are giving the link. Okay, sounds good.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
I just gave the link. Yeah. So Vandana, do you have a question? I see you are not able to unmute yourself. You can post your question over here, so I'll grab it. On API, will you cover both? Yeah, I think the API questions. I hope I answered it.
so Tripura, most of the intro questions they will ask to write a code. So would you provide some set of intro questions and answers for that, or?
Yeah, we do have an entire, yes, we are going to share the interview questions, if possible, interview questions around the topics. So once the Python is done, I'll be sharing the Python related one. And once the playwright is done, then we'll be sharing the playwright one, okay? After the segments.
Thanks.
Hi, I have a question. I joined late, but are we also covering like code gen or something like which automatically?
Yes, yes. CodeGen is a part of the playwright, so we'll be seeing that too.
Okay, so we'll be
Mm.
recording the values from the code gen, and then we'll be modifying the code
So
with the
there are
industry
multiple
standards.
ways which I am going to explain. First, I'll concentrate on manual way without any AI or the CodeGen. So once you're comfortable with the manual way, like after that, I'll be going towards the CodeGen. So helping you understand about the CodeGen and how to use it. Once the CodeGen is done, then I'll be using the MCP servers and AI.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because whatever the CodeGen or the AI is giving, we should be in a place to judge it, to see whether it has given correctly or not.
Oh, even code gen can give a wrong
Yeah,
thing.
even the locators, it is not giving a proper one.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so we need to judge it whether it is right or wrong. And even the actions CodeGen is nothing but if you click on something, it will blindly write the code for that. Okay, so it is not needed. So whenever you are trying to write a username, what we do as part of our actions, we go and click on the username field and we type it. But for the clicking is not required in our normal code. But the CodeGen also give the code for that. It blindly does whatever we have given, done.
Okay, okay.
So we need to judge it, even the CodeGen.
Oh, okay. And so this we we have a playback also, right? With the chords or something like once you record it, and you can also play back and all do those things,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So this can also be instead of testing, also this can also be used as like automation of
For the in similar to the UFT you meant?
UI path or something, right? Something like that, like
It is not that robust. In the
but we
UFT,
can still
yeah,
we can
the
still use in
record
that
and the
part.
playback also we have it with the CodeGen only. Inside the CodeGen
Yeah.
only we have the record. So yes, in that way you can do it, but I would advise you to just use it for some inspecting purpose or like not for the don't depend completely on the CodeGen. Do it with the manual efforts more.
Okay.
Use it as an example or some ways we can copy and paste it and again we can remove the parts whichever you feel like it is not correct. And in that way we can reduce the efforts. But don't rely completely on CodeGen.
Okay. And one other thing is if a browser like it depends on SSO, like integrated
Mm,
authentication,
mm, mm,
for
mm,
the browser to
mm,
connect to the app. In that case,
mm.
how
So
it's going
SSO
to.
is nothing but you meant there are multiple kinds. So one thing is like single sign-on SSO, where in which in two browsers we can't simultaneously launch the same application. Is that the one you meant?
No, there will be some integrated
Mm.
authentication within the browser, like if they are
Basic auth
something.
or by using OTPs or using
Uh,
Okta. If you have an Okta, even the Playwright will not be able to handle it. So we need to bypass it with the help of a developer support.
okay.
Okta, it cannot do it because Okta, it gives a push to your mobile device again. There you need to provide yes or no. Correct.
Mm,
So that no, our Playwright, our any of the automation tool cannot do it. So for that, we can we can ask the developer to provide some dummy credentials or have the static values. If it is an OTP, then we can ask the developer to have the static credential, static OTP every time, and we can give the same OTP and bypass it. So that is what we do. Or store it in the DB or in an API format so we can grab it and use it for the automation. Okay. So
okay.
there are some bypass cheating techniques which we can follow based on the
Oh,
application.
okay. Got it. Thank you.
So in real time, CodeGen is not all of no use. I mean, are you using it in your real projects?
For me, I don't use CodeGen much because I feel with the framework and all, I use
Mhm.
either AI or manually I'll keep on writing it. Now to decrease my efforts, I'm using AI.
So when you say AI, like how would you do that?
Okay, so this is my project. Okay, this is the earlier project. So AI means nothing but just it is nothing but our chat GPT. Okay, so just click on this toggle, the chat button over there. And here, by asking the prompt, here I need to ask the prompt. I'll just give the prompt and ask it to here. Okay, let me open the NCP servers as well. Just a quick demo. Start the server. So this is the Playwright NCP servers. Why do we need an NCP server? Because it will be able to work on real-time browser. So now I'll ask, please explore Amazon.in homepage and provide the test cases. And let me just give the URL to just be more specific. So this MCP servers, this is the GitHub Copilot. Okay, GitHub Copilot is similar to our ChatGPT. See, it has launched the browser and it is going to the browser and it is trying to, it is asking me allow without review. Yes. I'm just allowing it. It is asking allow or not. Allow it. So it is in the process of analyzing the browser and generating the code, the test cases. Okay, so this is how we give the prompt and what is an LLM, what is this GitHub Copilot, what are the uses of it, and when do we need to use this servers? We will see everything during our coming sessions. So this is just a sample one.
Okay. So for this API, do we need to have a licensed version because ChatGPT, if you go,
Yeah, correct. So it
there will be
has
limit.
yeah, correct. It has a limit. So once the limit is done, in order to continue to use it, we need to have a paid version. It is around, I think, $10 per month.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
But for the learning purpose, it should be fine. The sample, whatever it is giving, it is fine. We can use it. Because I haven't paid it yet and I just used 12% so far.
Hi Tripura, this is Navya. I have a question.
Hello, Navya.
Playwright with Python or Playwright with JavaScript, which is good in the market?
Currently, we have a higher share with the Playwright using the JavaScript. Like out of 100, we have 55 to 60% with the JavaScript, and then the 40 to 45% with the Python. Okay? And companies like JP Morgan, Apple, like these companies are using the Python.
But why is this the case that JavaScript is more popular with Play?
JavaScript, why it is popular? Because the browsers, whatever we are using, it is built on the JavaScript directly. Python is an external language for the browsers. Okay, so compared to the Python, JavaScript, using the JavaScript, the execution will be more quicker. Okay, and along with that, if you observe it, if you want to, we can use JavaScript only when you don't have a mobile automation also needed in your project. But if you want to have a mobile automation also available and DB automation also if you need it, then we are going with the Python. And it will continue to boom. Why? Because first the JavaScript has came into the market with the Playwright, and then the Python came into the market. But even though it is second, now we are already at 45%. So there are the chances of Python moving more ahead than the JavaScript in the future. According to my analysis, I can also be wrong, because to handle the mobile devices and also to handle the DB devices, Python will be very easy to handle than JavaScript. There are like multiple things with the JavaScript.
And then how about the AI related application? Because right now people are asking for AI automation. So
Yeah,
for
so that's
that,
what it is, MCP servers.
so for that also Python is okay or JavaScript?
Yeah, Python.
Okay.
Thank you. Python makes its things very simple and easy to understand, even for the beginners. It will be like a normal language what we speak.
Hi Tripura, like so TypeScript and JavaScript both are not similar. Like it's a compile time related.
Actually, JavaScript and TypeScript, we can say like a Hyderabad and Secunderabad. So here the only difference is that first JavaScript and TypeScript is a superset on JavaScript. It got built on JavaScript only, TypeScript. Only the base difference is that we need to declare the variables in the TypeScript, whereas in the JavaScript it is a free language.
That too, we can't identify immediately any error like in
JavaScript, yes.
Yeah.
But for us, for our automation, we don't need that complexity. JavaScript chalega. So for the developers and all, it is mandated because it is very easy for them to identify the bugs in the early stages. But for us, for the automation testers, JavaScript will be simple to use. Because TypeScript, again, we need to provide the notations. There's some hangama around it.
So Tripura, with AI, right? So in future they say that it will write on its own the code, everything, even
It
they
will
don't need
write it, yeah.
developers, right? So in that case, what will be the future for automation testers?
So one thing I can say, Kiran. So even in my earlier project, for me, I was the only one who did the entire automation from the end to end. Okay, but the thing what happened is they need an automation tester ultimately. But the job in earlier, if it takes 4 months to complete, now it is taking just 1 or 2 months. But with the AI alone, we can say that the number of jobs may reduce, but we need the people who can handle properly the AI. You know why? Because AI will give the code, but there is the probability of giving the code is not that up to the mark. There may have some bugs in it. So ultimately, you need to identify whether it is correct or wrong. You need to judge it. So we
But
need
number
a
of jobs
person,
may be reduced.
yes, and who can sustain is who are able to handle them properly. If you know how to handle the AI properly, if you know how to do the automation code without the AI properly, then they will pick you more than someone who doesn't know how to use an AI or completely who relied on AI. Correct?
Thanks.
Hi, one more question. Sorry if it is repeated answer. So, what is a like Selenium and maybe Test Complete and with Playwright? Like both are all are automation testing thing, right? So, what's the benefit of using Playwright instead of those others? Is there any
Yeah.
special?
So, with the Selenium, what was the language you have used earlier?
I've not used it.
Okay. Okay,
It's
so no
Java.
problem. So basically, with the Selenium, when we are using a Selenium is a single tool. It only gives us the methods to automate the browser, but it doesn't handle the framework. We need to have a third party plugins. If anyone has used Java, they will understand more about TestNG. We need to have a TestNG, and we need to have a map and multiple other things in order to properly bring that to a framework. Okay, and the installation is everything you need to install it manually. But with the Playwright, we don't the entire installation has become very robust with a single command. The reporting is very easy, and the creation of framework is very easy. And even the API testing has become very easy. It is just that remember this in this pattern. Selenium is like an old TV. The both consider two TVs. One TV which got built during the 2010 and the another one which is a smart TV. Okay, so both does the same thing, but the way the smart one has more features when compared to the old one, correct? So yeah, if I have to put in this terms, I can say Selenium is like 2010 TV and Playwright is a new one.
Got it. Got it. Thank you.
So we are learning this Python, but if we have to learn the TypeScript, would it be too much difficult, or like how much
It
effort
is
we need to
not. It
put?
is not. Why? Because it is just with if you are going with Java, everything will be almost similar. You need the loop. You need to understand the concept of the variable. You need to understand the concept of what is a method is and how what is a class and all. The concept is same in any programming language. Just the syntaxes will be a bit different. That's it. Okay, the core concept is same across all, but how you are writing it, it will be different. That's it. So if you just learn, my advice is learn one tool, learn one language properly. But I mean, in a very proficient manner. So that switching into multiple tools or multiple language will be a piece of cake if you know one properly.
Okay. And I mean, the frameworks would be same, right? Across
It is
different
page object model.
language.
Yeah, it will be same. And even the methods we are following also will be same. Here, in order to launch the browser, it will be go to. There also it will be go to only. Nothing difference.
Okay.
Okay, just the syntaxes of how you are writing it will be different. If you know one automation tool, let's say now you have to work at least for 1.5 months properly in order to learn Playwright with Python in a proficient manner. Once you're good with that, it just takes a week time for you to switch to Playwright using JavaScript or TypeScript. Just know what is what, that's it. Okay. So I think we are already 15 minutes. We extended for 15 minutes, guys. If you still have any questions, so you can take my number from the group. And currently after the session, I will share this recording in the group as well. So there also you can see my number. So if you still have any questions, you can drop a message and I'll respond in the WhatsApp anytime. And thank you so much for your time.
So tomorrow will be the same time for the session?
Same time, yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you
the
so
session.
much.
Yeah, thank you.
Just
Thank
one
you.
question, Tripura. Tomorrow's session will be of 2 hours, is it?
Tomorrow, I think it is only 1 hour.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
So maybe from next week onwards, it will be 2 hours.
Yes, most probably.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you.